I'm here in Mexico City. I'm here with a man named Mauricio. He was once deported from the United States and now he lives here inside Mexico City. He is originally from Mexico. And we're going to be talking about his journey and what happened to him once he got deported, why he got deported, and what the process is like as all these migrants are coming in, and then eventually many of them might have to be deported, and we want to hear the side of what happens to somebody after they get deported from the United States of America. So Mauricio,
Yes, yes, sir. How you doing? How's everybody doing?
and with once you got deported, what was your life like?
Well, it changed a lot because you know what I'm saying. I had to start from scratch. You know what I mean, and we're learning a whole new system.
And what were you deported for?
I was deported for selling drugs. Selling
And,
drugs.
and is it very common for people to come across the border, come into America, then start selling drugs, or what got you into
Oh,
that career path?
this was just. It just happened. It just happened. I was living in Oklahoma City, and that's where my journey down selling drugs down there, and I got deported. I'm here now. I'm not. I mean, I don't mess with it here or anything, but it's it's different, man. It's different.
And do you regret selling drugs? Do you regret getting deported, or?
Oh yeah. I do great because I've been raised down there in Oklahoma City all my life. I don't know nothing down here.
So how long did you live in Oklahoma City for?
I lived in Oklahoma City for all my life since
you're
I was
right.
1 year old. Yeah.
1 year old. And
Yeah.
so even though you weren't born in the United States, but you lived there since you were 1 year old, they were still able to deport you back to Mexico?
Yeah, the simple fact that I didn't become a citizen, I was a resident.
Really?
That's where a lot of people need to become citizens.
What's the difference between becoming a resident and becoming a citizen?
A resident, you just live down there, and they'll give you your residence. When you're a citizen, they can't deport you.
Okay, and so do they give you just a time period you can be there as a resident, or do you
No,
have to renew that?
You just renew it every as long as you're not getting in trouble and everything's right. They'll renew your residence.
Okay, and there in Oklahoma City, were you working with cartels, or how are you?
Oh no,
selling
I just knew the man that knew the man, and that's how I got my stuff. I wasn't working with no cartels. I just knew where the plug was.
Okay, and then how much would you make when you would sell?
Well, I was making pretty good. I was making pretty good. I was pretty good, decent money. But it just varied. It varied. But I could say it was good.
Yeah, and what were the main products that you were selling, or what did you get busted for?
Cocaine and marijuana.
Cocaine and marijuana.
Yeah.
And in the United States, would the average person be surprised by the average consumption? Not the average consumption, but by how many people are using cocaine in the United States?
Oh, well. Now it's not just the United States; it's all over the world, brother. Everybody's using it. Everybody's using the cocaine or weed. Now the weed is legal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's legal down there. I mean, it's legal down here in some spots. But yeah, I mean, I regret it. I regret everything. You know what I mean? But there's nothing you can do about it. What's done is done.
Yeah.
You can just change because I changed my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't do nothing. That's what I did all my life. You know?
Yeah. What made you eventually want to make that change to not do drugs, to not drink? Was that after you got deported?
Yeah, it's just a little bit of the life experience. The life experience. You get tired. Of If you want to progress in life, you got to start with yourself. Start with yourself and change. And I can tell you that with the change I made, I see the difference. I can see the difference because when you're doing things like that, that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so does that path that you took, would you say you're happier now, even though you have been deported from the United States, not doing drugs?
Oh yeah.
Would you say you're happier now than you were at that moment in your life when you were?
Oh yeah, 100%. I read that. I mean, for other people that are listening, it changes. Change before it's too late. You know what I mean? I feel better.
Feel better?
Yeah, I feel better.
I feel like, personally, I don't even know anyone in the United States that uses cocaine, but you always hear about people selling and using cocaine all around the world as narcos and stuff. So going back to my one question I had, would the average American citizen be surprised by the amount of cocaine consumption that there is in between communities inside cities and towns?
Well, I'm not understanding very much.
So, like, I don't think people understand that a ton of people obviously use cocaine,
Okay,
right?
okay.
And would someone like me be surprised by how many people actually use cocaine inside the United States? Like how many normal people actually use?
we're in the 2024. The majority, I think, do drugs.
Really?
If any cocaine, it's another
Opioids.
opium or that new drug. What's it called? That's
Yeah,
not
fentanyl.
that shit. That shit.
A lot of
You know what I
stuff.
mean?
Yeah, a lot of that stuff's
I think the cocaine's getting not that much, but it's still crack. So it's still crack. So
Yeah, and when you would sell cocaine and you'd sell your products, would you sell it to individuals or would you sell it to?
oh
other
no
people?
no, just people, just individuals. I just didn't sell to anybody.
So you would see the consumers that you would sell it to?
Oh no! I just give it to one guy. One guy do his thing.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? That's how you get caught up. That's how you get caught up.
So you were kind of more like a mule that would take the product to a place and then from there.
No, because I would buy my product, and then I would sell it to people that I would, of trust. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like let's pretend Bronco. You know, Bronco. If I knew him,
Bronco's a good friend.
yeah. And he asked for 25, I'd give him 25. You know what I'm saying? I
Really?
wouldn't just like, no, Bronco called me, I'm Bronco's friend. No, I don't know you. I can't do nothing for you.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
So you were kind of like the wholesaler to
Yeah,
the retailer.
I would buy it and then just sell it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
And what's the most amount of drugs you ever carried while you were in the United States? Like how many pounds?
Oh, it's a lot. I mean, a lot.
Upwards of 100 pounds?
Nah, not that much. About 50,
50 pounds?
Yeah.
That was pretty normal for you to do?
Yeah, I was just take it here and just drop it off, and you know what I mean. But
And then how'd you get caught for doing this?
I guess somebody snitched on me. I guess somebody snitched.
Somebody snitched?
Uh-huh.
What'd you
They
What'd
put
you
it-
think? What'd you think about the guy who snitched on you?
Well, I never knew who it was. You know what I mean? I never
really?
knew. Yeah, but it was obvious because when I left the house, I turned the corner and boom, they all hit me up.
And then from there, did you get put in jail, or were you just immediately deported back?
No,
to
no,
Mexico?
I went to jail. I went to jail.
Oh, for how long were you in jail for?
I went to jail for about 8 years.
8 years. And so then, even after serving your time in the jail for 8 years, when did they actually deport you?
Well, let me tell you, I went to jail, done my time, and when I got out, the feds got me again.
So after you got out of jail, you kept.
I went to state. That was state time.
Yeah.
When I got out, the feds got me and gave me 5 more.
Okay.
That's because, like, I had been deported before. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For the same thing. Not as much, but for the same thing. So they had told me already, don't come back. I went back and started doing the same thing over again because I knew everybody, you know. And they, when I got done with my state time, the feds went in and got me. They waited for me, and when I was getting out of the state, they put me in handcuffs again.
Mm-hmm.
That was the hardest part of it because they could have ran this shit together with state and fed, but feds don't run with state, so I had to do 5 more fed. Excuse me.
Really?
Yeah. So that was crazy.
So did they charge you on the same crimes that you had already done, or were those new ones?
That was the new ones for re-entry to the United States.
Oh, okay. So you got deported after your 8 years, came back to the United
No,
States.
no. Before I got the 8 years, I had been deported,
Oh, okay.
and I went back. That's when I started selling.
Oh, okay.
And they had already told me not to go back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
How'd you get
went
back in?
I went through Laredo.
Laredo, just
Yeah.
walked right through.
No, I
Go
know
through-
some people that know some people, and I went in a 18-wheeler.
Really?
Yeah.
And then did you go through? Because I know in Laredo, I've been there before, and there's that river that runs through.
Yeah, I
the
went through that river.
So you went through the river, and then I actually know a smuggling spot. I had an ex-cartel member take me to one of the smuggling spots in Laredo, and so he would wait on the other side of the river on the United States side,
Uh-huh.
and the cartel would drop them off at a good part where they could drop them off, and then they would come through here.
No, look.
And then how'd you get back in?
This is the river right here. Well,
Yeah.
once you cross the river, in here, there's a big old tunnel under the ground,
Really?
and you go through the tunnel, and you come out of by the outlet mall. I don't know if you've been to the outlet mall.
No.
On the other side.
So that
Yeah.
that is crazy. So there's a tunnel that goes from Mexico.
From where the water's at,
Yeah.
Once you get done there, they made a hole that goes all the way through.
Who made that hole?
I don't know. I just know the hole is there.
Wow. And
Yeah.
so does that hole on the United States side or on the
On
Mexican
the
side?
United States side.
Oh, okay, so it's
The
like
rivers,
a drainage.
the rivers here, yeah, it's like a drainage. So then you go through the tunnel. Then you're all the way out there, already on the U.S. side, but you're up there by the mall, outlet mall.
Really?
Yeah.
And so from that cartel tunnel or that tunnel, are there cartel members that are inside that
Oh
tunnel?
no.
Or
You don't
is it
see-
just you're
Yeah,
just all by yourself and you pop out?
No, you're paying somebody to cross you that river,
Yeah.
and then that dude is responsible to call somebody to have somebody pick you up on that side.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once he's going to tell you, look for a red car or a blue car, whatever color he tells you. So you just cross the river, get in the tunnel, go through the tunnel. You're just going to basically, it's about a mile and a half long.
Wow.
Once you get out on the other side, you get out and you like normal, walk like you're normal people. You know what I'm saying? And just get out and just walk.
So is that tunnel
And
like,
if you look back, you can see the river. And you can see all the immigration officers, all the patrol cars. You know what I mean?
really? Was that quite the rush doing that?
Oh, that was a rush.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Then from there, they take you to a safe house. They'll tell you, well, you're gonna go here, you're gonna go there, you're gonna go here. Wait till we get all your people, like, you know what I mean, like people going to Oklahoma City, or people going to Utah, people going to Chicago.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm really fascinated with the cartels and how they function because I mean they're
Cartels don't got nothing to do with this.
these are all different humans.
Yeah, these are all different. Cartel ain't got shit to do with this.
Really.
Yeah, unless they are now. But when I was going,
It's just individuals and
there's individuals you'll pay that's their job. That's your job when you cross over. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I'm interested in how crime from Mexico gets involved into the United States, such as how there's actual safe houses that are owned by people in Mexico where they smuggle people in, they put them in the safe house, or people like you that were once deported, they come back in, they come through some tunnel, pop out, get into a car, and then get taken to a safe house, and from there, they're taken to another place.
Yeah, it's well, that's like a business, brother. It's
Yeah.
like a business. I mean, you got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to do that for you. You know what I'm saying? You just don't trust whoever, because then they'll jack. There's been cases where they will tell you, give me the money, and then leave you stranded.
Really? And how much money did you have to pay to come back in?
Man, that time it was about 9,000.
$9,000.
Now I heard it's about 18, 20.
Yeah, 18. That's how much a lot of migrants and people that were once deported are paying to get into the United States right now. About 18 to
Yeah,
20 grand.
20 grand.
To pay for a coyote.
Back in the day, it was 9. Now I don't know, but that's what I hear. You know what I mean? Me personally, I mean, you learn from your mistakes. But we're good. We're alive. That's good. You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
matters, right?
Yeah.
And here in life in Mexico City, we've been here for the past 2 days making this video about the life of the migrants here and what's been happening due to the open borders that are in the United States. And I've asked these migrants, like, why don't they just stay here in Mexico where it's easier to get work permits and it's easier for them to potentially make money because they don't speak English? And is life really that bad here inside Mexico City?
I mean, it's not bad. It's just that you got to work double. You got to work hard to make 15 cents. You got to work hard, man. You got to work hard to make. If you got to work hard, you got to be focused, and I mean, it's good. I mean, if you could just get the rent, paying rent. Let's say you buy you a spot where you can put a house.
Yeah.
Then you'll be good. If you don't have to pay rent, you know what I mean? But as the pay sucks. The pay sucks, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I told you I went to business for myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can't even live off 300 pesos a day.
Yeah, 300 pesos a day is about equivalent to about, what is that, about $20, $30 a day?
Yes, sir.
And
All
so-
day from 8 to 8. 8 to 8, people.
Yeah, so 8 to 8, they make a lot less. They make around anywhere from $30 to $50 here.
Uh-huh.
However, I will say the food here is a lot cheaper if you don't eat in restaurants like we're at a KFC right now.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
but
with
if you want to eat here on the streets, you can buy 5 tacos for 60 pesos, which is $4.
Yeah.
And that will fill you up for
Easy,
a
easy.
good amount of the day.
Yeah, I mean, usually I just bring my sandwich and I work like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I will say the Mexican people here are very hard workers. They do.
Yeah,
Work.
there's a lot of good people. There's a lot of good people out here. A lot of people that work, but you also gotta know who you, because they'll try to get you. They'll try to get you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like here inside Mexico City, I don't really feel that dangerous. I don't feel like I'm in danger walking around. But as soon as you leave Mexico City, is that where you get more involved with like cartels and where cartels are more focused at?
No, it's just the cartels is from like, this is what I think. The cartels are from like all the bad people. You know what I mean? All the bad people. I mean, if you're looking for trouble, you're gonna find trouble. You know what I mean? But if you're calm and you're a working man from five to nine, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. If you're going from your job, from home to your job to your house, you can be okay. Now, if you want to go to bars and you want to go fuck around and you want to go do stuff, excuse my language, but if you want to, you know what I mean? You're going to find trouble, and trouble will find you. And that's where everything starts. You start meeting people.
Wow.
I don't want to meet people. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? If I just want to be cool. With my family, with my kids.
It's an interesting lifestyle people have here. When I lived in Chile as a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I mean, the people there lived in poverty, but I think they were happier than the people that live in the United States that have everything, which is interesting to see, like, the way that happiness works with people, because it's not like life's all sunshine and rainbows and you live in the United States and you get paid $12, $15 an hour and your life's great. But I've seen people that are a lot happier living in these countries like Mexico City and Chile, where they maybe make 20, 30 bucks a day, but they have enough money to buy their Coca-Cola, their bread, and their ham and cheese, and they're as happy as can be.
Yeah. I mean, like personally, I tell you, man, I miss the United States, but I'm happy here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And not all that stress. I'm not all that stress. If I'm driving, if I'm thinking the police could be behind me, or, you know what I'm saying? The stress of going to jail is crazy, man. It's crazy. When you got to go to the tank, you got to wait to get processed. You got to wait. All that process from going to jail, getting processed, going to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Prison, I'd rather be poor and happy.
Be poor and happy.
Yeah.
Versus having to live with a lot of stress. Because in the United States, there's so much. The expenses are crazy. Rent is extremely high right now. Healthcare is extremely healthcare is extremely expensive. Gas is extremely expensive.
Yeah.
Car payments are extremely expensive. Car insurance. I mean,
all that
the
shit.
list goes on and on.
That's a lot of people don't understand. It's hard over there too.
Yeah. So like maybe you might be making $12, $15 an hour, but you're going to be taxed 30% on that. So you're really making $9 an hour.
At the end of the day.
After that, you have to pay all your stuff. So you may be working 4 weeks to be able to enjoy maybe a week's of pay, because all that other 3 weeks of pay goes towards other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Because all my family stays down there. I tell you, it's stressful.
Yeah,
it's stressful.
It's such an interesting thing, once you got deported, what's that process like? They get you in the United States after you did your time in state jail and then in federal jail. Then how'd you get deported back to Mexico again?
Oh yeah, when I got done, they
did they put you on a flight?
No, first they take you to another holding cell. Once you get done with your fair time, they'll take you to ice. What's that called? Detainer, ice detainer, whatever it's called. And they'll keep you there for I was there for about 2 months.
Really?
Stressful. About 150 guys in a little room.
Really?
Stressful. I mean, they give you the meal, but I mean, there's so much politics in the jails, and wow, it was like I went from 1, 2, 3 places, all stressful, because I already done my time. So why you got me holding here? Why you keep me here? Why you keeping me here now? But they kept me there until supposedly the flight, because it goes from different states. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that now. From what I'm hearing, is that they all come to Mexico City. They put you in a flight, and then they'll get you a bus ticket to your pueblo, to your town.
So who pays for all that? So I bet them. I'm imagine the United States pays for your flight back to Mexico, and then from there, does Mexico pay for your bus tickets?
Yeah, because from what I was hearing, there were a lot of killings and there were hostage people taking people hostage.
Really?
Because if they're not from Mexico City, they're from Durango, they're from Juarez, they're from Laredo.
Yeah.
They don't know, and that's how they were getting them.
Really?
There was a lot of people dying over there.
Wow. A lot of people that got deported would die once they get back into Mexico.
When they get to Mexico, you're not from Mexico City, so you don't know your way around. You don't got family members, so you're stuck there. You know what I'm saying? So what the Mexican people did was that they started getting you tickets to buses, so they could take you to they get your bus ticket to wherever you're from.
Wow. That's pretty fascinating.
So they didn't have that though, because the first time I got deported, it wasn't like that. They just let you cross, take you to the border, and let you cross. Everybody, let's go. It ain't like that no more. But yeah, I've seen the both sides of that.
Yeah, doesn't sound pretty, that's for sure. And so you've had quite the story where you spent 8 years in state jail.
Yeah.
Then 5 years in prison,
And
then
in the feds.
half a year in ICE. And
No,
then
about 2 months.
about 2 months in ICE.
That's still a long time. Shit, that's like about a year.
Yeah,
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
And all of that was for selling drugs.
Yeah.
Correctly. And if you could go back again, would you do it?
I would go back, but only with a pardon. Well, I wouldn't go back just like that.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I'd rather be poor than happy. You know what I mean? I regret everything, but everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you could go all the way back, would you ever
I
put
wouldn't.
yourself into drugs and that sort of stuff?
Nah, I wouldn't. Man. I wouldn't. Now that I'm older, you know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Mauricio, for your time. And if you
Okay.
enjoyed this interview, please subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. And
Thank you.
Thank you, Mauricio, for giving us all the details about what it's like after you get deported from the United States and
Okay.
the risks
Thank
that
you.
come with it.
All right,
I
brother.
appreciate it.